Hi, welcome back dancers. Thank you for checking in on the Broche Ballet channel. My name is Kristen. I am an instructor here at Broche Ballet, a ballet studio for grown-ups in Denver, Colorado. Today we're going to be talking about being an adult learner and how that is different than learning as a child. Before we start, just make sure that you like, subscribe, and share. That really helps us out. I started dancing in my teens. As a 19-year-old, I started tap dancing. And I didn't start ballet till I was in my 30s. I think I was 32. And I realized that being an adult learner is so different than learning as a kid. Adults' brains are a little less flexible. We retain things a little less well. Our bodies are different. They're less flexible. They're tired from all the working we do. We spend a lot of times in our heads and not a lot of time in our bodies. So a lot of adults don't want to go to a studio where there's a bunch of kids in class with them because the needs are very different. But when we look at how children learn, there's a lot that adults can take from that. And I think it's important to not poo-poo that, even though we're not children. The biggest thing I see when I look at my children is that they learn through playing. My son is a soccer player. He's learning how to do a rainbow kick where he flips it up over his head. And he just does it a million times a day until he gets it right. And he doesn't worry about failure. He doesn't worry about how he looks. He just plays and he has a really good time with it. So when I started point work about 1.5 years ago, I was terrified. I had all these rules. You have to do this all perfectly and your legs have to be straight. And it was stultifying. I couldn't figure it out. And then I realized I needed to do what my children do and just play. So often I think when we do, like if we're at the bar and we're doing point, we don't tend to play. We do exactly what the teacher tells us to, and there's no outside room for just noodling around. But if I want to get comfortable turning in the center, I'm not going to just start doing piqué turns, right? I'm going to just try to play around. Can I just turn around at the bar and my legs aren't straight and I wasn't straight up and it didn't look good, but I need to know what that feels like. When I'm working without the bar, I just need to see, can I stand up here? What does it feel like? Can I do silly things? I'm a tap dancer, so I often will say, okay, what does it feel like to walk around in these shoes? And I wonder, can I tap dance in my shoes? And that kind of silliness is not appropriate in a ballet studio, but that's the kind of thing we need to do to feel the shoes, to feel our balance, to see, is this something that I am able to do? Kids also don't take themselves very seriously. They do silly, ridiculous things all the time, and they don't wonder if someone's judging them. That's something adults can learn. Kids have lots of creative solutions to problems. I'm having a hard time on this right leg getting up onto a piqué. It's scary. I'm nervous. I broke that ankle a number of years ago. So what can I do to get creative to feel that? Well, maybe I need to, I don't know, hop on it or just pick it up, stand on it for a while. Those are the kind of things we need to practice. Laughing is so important. Laughing tells our brain everything's going to be okay. So if I'm doing this and I fall off of it, I can laugh about it and say, oh, that was silly. And my brain then is like, oh, we're not going to die when we do this. It'll be okay. And that chemical reaction, those endorphins that we get from laughing really help us let it go and shake it off and try again. Adults, we're too perfect. We have this perfectionism in us. Kids don't do that. They draw out of the lines and they don't care. We need that too. We need to not care if we're not perfect. So if I go in for a piqué, whoops, and I bent my leg, it's okay because I'm going to do it again 1,000 more times, 10,000 more times, and eventually I'm going to get it. So even though you don't like dancing with kids, even though it's hard to be an adult learner, you can still play, you can still get that joy from being youthful in your brain and in your heart, and hopefully that will help you in your journey through ballet. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.